Hello. While you're here, how'd you like a top executive training job taking the trash out back here?
Sure, I can't right now, Pa. I told Mr. McBeevy I'd be right back.
Who?
Mr. McBeevy. You don't know him. He's new around here. I just met him this morning.
Oh, newcomer in town, huh? Where's he live at?
I met him in the woods.
What's he doing in the woods?
Well, mostly walks around up in the treetops.
He walks in a tree. Just gonna practice spelling out an identification form, and I thought maybe you could help me out by, giving me a description of somebody.
Okay.
How about Mr. McBeevy? First, height. How tall is he?
Oh, about as tall as Pa.
Uh-huh. And weight? Is he fat or is he skinny or?
He's just ordinary.
He doesn't fly or anything like that.
Of course he doesn't fly.
Better and better, no trouble finding him.
The only thing is, when he walks, he sort of jingles.
He jingles?
Just like he had rings on his fingers and bells on his toes.
Well, of course, he don't really have rings on his fingers and bells on his toes now, does he, Oak?
No, it just sounds that way.
That's right.
The jingling is really from all the things hanging on his belt. And he can make smoke come out of his ears. You can put that down.
Down his ears.
He learned it from the cannibals.
And from cannibals.
Not on the lights. Ease her down. Ho, ho, don't tell him to drop it on the light. God damn it. God damn it. Last piece in the fucking thing. On the fucking light.
Oh, that was about 3 hours.
That's how you cut down a tree. Don't do this at home. What'd you do for your birthday, John Wayne?
I went to the Strike and Spare, shot about 5 games of pool, went back to the house, opened up a bottle of wine, beat the brakes off the old lady, just couldn't take no more.
Beat the hair off of it, huh? John Wayne Matheny. We just call him John Wayne because it just worked for him. He's a good worker, knows a lot about transmissions, rear ends, clutches and stuff like that. Has the ability to relieve me climbing some. When I get, I'm 54, I can only climb, less a day than I did when I was 24. He's been there, I guess on and off about 3 years. He was working at a transmission shop and hated it, so he quit the transmission shop and came to work with me. Oh, Josh's wife, now she cooks. He goes home, mashed potatoes, gravy, fried chicken, pork chops, collard greens, poke salad, and chocolate pie. And that's his appetizer. Josh used to weigh what, 190?
205.
205? What are you now, 300?
260.
Josh came along 4 or 5 years ago, worked about 3 days and quit. Came back, worked about a week, then I fired him. Called him back, worked about another week, then he quit again. Then he came back and he worked another week and I fired him. Then he came back and that was probably 4.5 years ago, and he's been there every day ever since. 6 days a week, some weeks 7. I guess he's my right-hand man when it comes to doing all the tree work, running the crew and stuff. He's a lot different when I'm there than when I'm not, is what I'm told. But it seems to work when I'm not there, so I don't get in his business. When Josh came along with me, Josh had a suitcase, clothes in it. He's gone from a suitcase to an antique truck to a new car, a wife, a kid, flat screen TVs, his own house, 4-wheelers. You know, he's done well. I've made sure he's done well, but also in turn, he has helped me do well. He keeps me going. He makes me money. He makes me money every day. That's why he gets a percentage of the jobs. That's why he gets a profit share. That's why he's the highest paid man. There's probably nobody he knows his own age that makes as much as he does.
Hey, go back over to the corner of that tree to go get his nipple. Go do it.
What's that way?
What happened, Irene?
Kick the shit out of my leg.
Irene, his name's Justin. It's not Irene, that's what most people think we're saying. He's got an eye ring, so we just call him Irene. He's been there, I guess, about a year. He's more or less does the paint and the body work on the cars. In our little shop we've built in the milk barn. They're fixing to pull next week a 68 Impala Super Sport in it and start redoing it. Pringle's, his real name is Charles Dubois. He's been there a little longer than Irene, or about the same time. He does all the mechanic work and the wiring harnesses and stuff on the cars that we buy and sell or that we keep for ourselves. And also helps do paint and body.
Every week we eat the same thing, every week. Especially Ronnie and Bobby, they got a route. Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday Subway, Wednesday Bojangles, Thursday Christmas, Friday Arby's.
Ronnie, of course, runs the construction end of it. He's been with me, I guess, 9 years now, and so has Bobby. Bobby actually used to help me a lot when Eddie, the one that's on disability, that just comes and hangs out, that's his son. And when me and Eddie worked together 11, 12 years ago, Bobby was just a kid in high school, and he would help us on the weekends. So I guess Bobby's been around a long time. I've watched Bobby grow up, watched him meet Ronnie, who he works for, works with every day, his daughter, married his daughter, now they've got a kid together, and Eddie's got grandkids. Eddie? Edwina. Well, he nicknamed him Edwina a long time ago. He's Bobby's daddy, Bobby and April. Bobby works the construction end of it with Ronnie. Eddie's had 9 back operations. He's got 13 stents in his legs and heart. Just had neck surgery in the front of the neck where it goes to the spine, the disc in the neck, and his cataract's removed. And he's 1 year older than I am. Makes me fear just any kind of medical issue, like a calmer person that we can talk to about things. We get upset, he's easy to talk to, and he'll always listen. Finally got his disability through, and it's a few $100s a month, not enough to get him by, but he can't work and draw disability. So what we do is just get him to come out and drive the truck, go to the dump, they push it off with the loader, I send somebody with him, so all he has to do is sit in the AC, listen to the radio. Just try to help him out, you know. Gets behind on his bills, doesn't make enough to live. He's trying to make it in America is all. And we're trying to help him.
I've done all my own, well, most of them. And that one. But all I really need is black ink now. I've got everything else. Buy it here and there, extra money.
I'd ask her sister about did she know any single women. She said, well, my sister's single, and you know, another couple of other girls. She keeps me fed. We call that food. She does a lot of different stuff that, you know, I tell her it all tastes good. I mean, oh, that's wonderful. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like cabbage. The big flood came, I guess, 2 years ago now, and the basement was filling up with water here. No one could help her. No one could get out.
So the sump pump stopped working. And
Stopped up.
The water was coming up, and Diana said, call Jesse. And I said, I don't even know Jesse. And I said, hi. And he said, what do you do? And I said, do you know who this is? Yes.
Why do you say yes? Because I say yes.
You say yes.
The roads were closed. The police officer stopped me twice and said, well, you can't drive through the water. And I said, well, you can't follow me. So I drove on in, went in the basement, and the basement was knee deep then, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. By that time, you'd stripped down to your long johns?
Yeah, I didn't want to get my clothes wet, so I stripped down to my long johns and pulled the sump pump out and took the dog hair, the leaves and dirt out of it, and dropped it back in and pumped out the basement. And I think I spent the weekend, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Because I was worried about the sump pump clogging up again. I didn't want the sump pump to clog up again.
Yep, you slept in the guest room, I remember that. And
that's one of your side of the story deals, right?